What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 21 of the World's First. And today is going to be our first match ever in the Vanarama National League North, where we're going to be taking on Corby Town. But before we get to that, let's go over how many transfers we've made. There are a lot of people that have been shown the door, and a few people that have come in. We also got ourselves a new parent club, and we are loaning in players from them. So let's go and take a look and see who has left the club and who's coming in. As you can see on the outs, there are a ton of free transfers away, and some of the names you'll recognize as I did play them just a little bit. A lot of them were struggling to get into the squad, like Brad Riley, like Luca Coleman Carr, Omar Wright, Tom Buckley, several others that have just been brought into the club, tried out, and then ultimately were deemed unfit, and I got rid of them. Ollie Thorne being one of them, brought him in for a day. Same with Callum Dunn, realized that they were utter crap, and then just got rid of them. But overall, 12 players gone from the club on free transfers. And now taking a look at those that we have brought in, only one player was brought in for actual money, and that is Luke Wright, coming in from Aylesbury United. £4,500 to bring him in, 22-year-old midfielder from England. Yes, he's a little bit small, but I am trying to use him in the ball-winning midfield role, actually, not the not the center mid role. And as you can see, he looks pretty decent overall. Lots of 9s, lots of 10s in there, but his training with the club not up to snuff, probably due to the amount of friendlies we were playing, but hopefully he'll get back on the right foot. Overall, a decent player for this level of competition. And next up, in more of a backup role, Matty Dillon is on loan from Hartlepool. 17-year-old Englishman looks fairly solid for a 17-year-old, but the shot stopping can do with a little bit of work. Overall, like I said, just a backup role. Next up is another loanee in, Ollie Norris, an 18-year-old Englishman coming in on loan from Watford. And he is more suited to be a center back, but I also want to try and use him in the defensive mid role and trying to utilize more of an anchorman role. His stats look okay. His tackling I like, marking is okay, positioning's okay. Just once again, another set of 8s and 9s that make a player decent. But for this level of competition, I think that he will be competent. He will be that player that I would like to have in the center back, as well as this defensive mid role. And now we get to one of our loanees in from our new parent club, Gillingham. Adrian Anderson is coming in. He is an 18-year-old Northern Irishman. He is a quality center mid for this league. He's going to be used more as a ball-winning mid in my 4-4-2 narrow diamond system. And as you can see, not all that bad. Pace of 10, acceleration of 11. Lots of other physicals, at least above a 10. Mentally, okay. Technically, though, looks pretty good with a technique of 11, dribbling of 9. Overall, 18 years old, fairly solid player for his age, and can only hope that he would grow into a better footballer. And the other loanee in from Gillingham is Danny Potter, an 18-year-old attacking center mid who can also be a striker, but I don't want to utilize him as a striker. I already have Elliot Pond, Chris Hall, and Benny Igihan. So Dan Potter would be more of a backup, an emergency backup striker in case any number of those strikers goes down. But as you can see, I want to try and use him in that advanced playmaker role, more like the same position that Alek Przespolewski is in. And as you can see, I feel that he is fairly solid. Once again, 18 years old, fairly solid stats for his age, and can only hope to get better. And then my final signing is Danny Morton on a free. 26-year-old Englishman, can play the right back position. I actually want to try and use him more as a wing back, not a fullback, because as you can see, yes, he's okay on his fullback stats, but going towards his attacking wing back, I want to try and get him pushed up the pitch with a 13 pace and a 10 acceleration. I want to try and push him up the pitch, allow him to get crosses into the box. Yes, his crossing is only an 8, but I want to try and work on that to get it up to hopefully a 10 by the end of the season. And try and use his pace to help, put crosses into the box and help feed the strikers up front. But Danny Morton right now is going to challenge Kieran Coupe in that starting right back spot. Kieran is still the starter, but Danny Morton, given time, he could probably push up to be that guy. Right, and so this is what the starting 11 is going to look like. The preferred starting 11 is going to look like this. We're going to have Callum Williams in net, Coupe, Kennedy, Lewis, and Duxbury along the back line. Ollie Norris sitting back in that anchorman position, the defensive mid role, with Adrian Anderson and Luke Wright sitting above him. Alec Przespolewski, for right now, is going to be in that advanced playmaker role until Danny Potter gets, used to the club, as well as, come back from injury. He is unfortunately out for the next 2 weeks due to an injury picked up in training. And then above him, Elliot Pond and Benny Igihan will be the preferred strikers. But of course, we also have Chris Fawcett, who is come back out on loan. I want to try and loan him back out. And then Chris Hall will more than likely be the backup striker there. But as I've noticed, the Vanarama National League is only 5 subs this time around, not the 7 like we had in the previous. And I think it goes back up to 7 once we get up to League 2. So for right now, we have to deal with only 5 subs. And to be quite honest with you, this is probably going to be, with the exception of Chris Fawcett, this is probably going to be my preferred 5 subs. Piers Oates, Danny Morton, Andy Gascoigne, Chris Hall, and Jack Broadhead. Just until things clear up and, I finally, understand what my squad can do and how well my squad can produce. This is going to be my starting 11 as well as my 5 subs. So without further ado, let's get into our first match in the National League North against Corby Town at Corby Town. 4 minutes in, and very unfortunately, I had to already sub on Kieran Coupe as he has picked up a bruised rib. So Danny Morton is on, and like I said, not the ideal situation. Did not want to make a sub within the first 4 minutes of the match. But with the ball, can we do something with it? Luke Wright out into Elliot Pond, but he's, by 3 guys. Danny Morton getting his first touch on the ball, gets it into Elliot Pond. Oh my god, Elliot Pond bouncing it off the goalkeeper, and it's 1-0 to Sheffield. Get in, boys. What a great start. Well, great start, all things considered. I mean, I would like to have Kieran Coupe out there on the wing, but that was a great cross in from Morton to find Elliot Pond, who takes a really short angle shot. Shouldn't have done it, but it goes in anyway. Now, here we go again. Danny Morton once again into Alec, who plays 1-2 to Elliot Pond. Oh, what a good save by Turner, the Corby keeper. And forces a corner. Goes short. Anderson into Ollie Norris. Oh, almost a second goal. But a good save from the Corby keeper once again. 31 minutes on, throw in. Danny Morton taking it in. Switches it up to Duxbury. He has snapshotted it before. Ooh, hits the side netting. 3 minutes left to go in the half. Long ball from Morton up to Elliot Pond, who lays it off to Alec. Elliot Pond gets it back. He does take a shot. He probably needs to lay it off this time, as he has been dispossessed and the ball goes out. Though I must say, some really inspired movement by the team in the first half. We were really taking it to Corby. Corby have only had 1 shot in total, and that was from about 30 yards out. It almost went off the crossbar, but you know what? We've been putting them on their back foot. They haven't had much of an attacking chance since that time. And I feel that if we keep battering them like this, then there really is no need for any tactical changes. Hopefully, we won't have to come to that. And hopefully, we can get another goal on top of this. I mean, we had Duxbury hit the side netting. Elliot Pond hit the keeper twice. There's going to be another goal coming. Hopefully, it's for us. So let's go back out there for the next 45. About 10 minutes into the half, and Corby have themselves a fine attacking movement. They're doing well with the ball. The ball goes through to Chambers. Chambers needs to be taken off them. Wright gets it out to Elliot Pond. Good clearance away. Whoa, dangerous pass back in. But Przespolewski gets it out. And now we are on the attack, thankfully. It's like I held my breath there for a second with how bad that back pass was. But now we're on the attack. Luke Wright gets it through to Pond, and that goes well wide. Corner kick, 72 minutes on. Elliot Pond getting it through, and that ball was just about flicked on near post, but it's cleared away. Throw in, 88 minutes on. Can we hold it down? Danny Morton to Piers Oates. Back out to Morton. Tries to get the ball over the top, but nobody is there. And now Corby thought they were going to hit us on a break, but a good dispossess. Scott Duxbury with the ball. And what can we do with it here? We played out wide to Duxbury. It'd be nice if we can just play keep wave versus Corby just to run this timeout. Przespolewski to Chris Fawcett, who's getting his first actual start with the club. Danny Morton, they believe that was taken for a corner. Yes, it was deflected, and we do get a corner out of it. 3 minutes of stoppage time on the clock, as I see up there. That's gonna be a little dangerous as the ball goes in and it's saved by the Corby keeper. As Corby now coming on an attack. Good dispossessed by Morton and then a bad pass up. But as long as we come down with it. We didn't. And Corby still in this highlight. Coming up the wing. We really need to mark these guys. Chambers. Good block. Still coming forward with it. Another good clearance away. Now just get rid of it, Fawcett. Up to Elliott Pond. Gets it back through to Fawcett. He can head it on. He does to Przespolewski. Oh, we're still in the attacking third. We're still making some good movement with it. Oh, and I think Alec was trying to nod it on to Elliott Pond, but he just didn't see it. And that finally ends the highlights. Still need to guard against complacency. Oh, Chris Fawcett, he's onside. Oh, tried to take a shot, tried to take another shot. The ball is just being bounced around there in the box, and it finally goes out for a throw-in, and that should be the end of the match. With 5 seconds left to go, we are going to get our first win of the season, our first win in the National League North ever. 1-0 Sheffield FC with the victory. A decent win. I mean, we bossed Corby Town for the majority of the match, so we can be pleased with how we played. And after that, a good start to the season, even though it was a very nervy, at times, 1-0 lead. We can come away with a lot of positives. 17 shots, 6 on target, 60% possession, and we can hope to build upon that for the future. So let's take a look at the next matches that are upcoming and see when we can come back. Alright, so this is what the schedule looks like for us, and for the next month, there's going to be quite a lot of matches. I want to say 7 or 8 within the next month, and as you can see, we're going to take on Stockport, then Bradford Park Avenue, Boston United, Salford, Durham, Leamington, AFC Fylde, and Guiseley. I want to say we should be coming back versus Guiseley, as that's in 1 month's time. And we will have played like 7 or 8 more matches in that time, so I think Guiseley would be the greatest time to come back. Yeah. So there you go. There you have it. A great start to the National League North. A great start to Sheffield FC's first time in this division. Hopefully we can continue on with that. So until the Guiseley match, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and you want to see more FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.